All right, now we're on page 194, still the chapter 4 test review, problem number 5 now. All right, let's get started. So a park guide plans the Swan boat rides for 40 people. Each boat can carry 6 people. What is the best way to interpret the remainder in this situation so that everyone gets a ride? So again, don't get too caught up in the words just yet. We have 40 people, 6 people can ride on a boat at a time. So it's a division problem, okay? Remember, this chapter is all about divisions, so most of the time, that's what they're going to be asking you to do, is divide. Okay, so let's take a look. Where's my marker? There it is. Okay, we have 40 divided by 6. Let's just do the basic division first. So 40 people, 6 people per boat ride. So my answer is going to represent the number of boat rides. Okay, so 6 can't go into 4, so 6 directly into 40. Use your multiples, count by 6s. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. If I do another 6, that'll be up to 42, and 42 is bigger than 40. So I go back to 36. How many 6s was that? Well, let's see. I'm going to write it out over here. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and 36. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6s. So 6 6s. 6 times 6 is 36. Again, I can get that right from here. Subtract, and I get 4. Nothing left to bring down, so it's remainder 4. Okay, now I've done the math part. Let me go back and see what they want to know. What is the best way to interpret the remainder in this situation so that everyone gets a ride? Well, if there's 40 people going and they go on 6 boat rides, that's going to carry 36 people. There's going to be 4 people left over that haven't been on a boat ride yet. But we want everyone to go. So how many boat rides do we need to go on? Well, we've already gone on 6. There's 4 people left over. So we have to add 1 to the quotient, okay? So add, the way we interpret that remainder is we need to add 1 to the quotient. Okay, because that will give us 7 rides, right? So 7 rides. And that last ride, though, that last boat, will only have 4 people on it instead of normally having a full boat of 6. That last 7th ride will have only 4 people on it. But that way, at least everybody gets to go. If we only did 6 rides, our answer here, if we only did 6, then 4 people would be left in the cold saying, what about me? I want to go on a ride as well. So we have to interpret the remainder by adding 7, adding 1 more to the quotient of 6, adding 1 more to make it 7 boat rides. All right, let's look at number 6. Basically, same idea. We are interpreting the quotient, but 88 toy cars into boxes. He's dividing. Tells us explicitly on this one. Each box holds 9 cars, so that's our division, 88 divided by 9. Now, again, you can do your 9 groups and then count 88. That will definitely get you the correct answer as long as you count correctly, but it is also time consuming. So a quicker way is if you know your multiples, if we can count by 9s, and I know if I do 9 times 10, that's 90, which 90 is very close to 88, but it's a little too big. So I know it can't be 10, it must be 9. And then if I check that, 9 times 9 is 81. Yep, that sounds about right. That's very close. Subtract gives me 7. So we have a remainder of 7. Now let's look at what they're asking us. How many boxes does Nolan need to store all of his cars? Well, does he need 9 boxes, remainder 7 boxes? Does that make sense? Do you think your parents, when they're moving, say, yeah, we need 9, remainder 7 boxes? No. That 9 boxes will hold 81 of his cars. 7 of his cars are left over. So we need to get a whole nother box. So instead of 9 boxes with 7 cars left behind at the house, we get 10 boxes, and that 10th box is only going to have 7 cars instead of holding its capacity of 9 cars. So it's very similar to number 5. We just add 1 to the remainder. Or excuse me, add 1 to the quotient. 1 to the... And this is just to remind me this question is a little different, because in this question they just want to know, hey, how many boxes do we need? Well, I could have skipped this part and just said, well, you need 10 boxes. Okay, so we interpret the remainder by adding 1 to the quotient. The quotient was 9 with a remainder of 7, but we know we need to add 1 to the quotient to make it 10 boxes will hold all of his cars, and we could even hold 2 more cars if we needed to on this one. All right, thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Focus, attitude, initiative, listen.